The C-segment sedan market has long been one of the most competitive in South Africa, and it's been dominated for a long time by the Toyota Corolla. More recently, the Corolla has been challenged by the likes of the Hyundai Elantra and this car, the Chevrolet Cruze. Now, this Cruze might not look any different to what you've normally seen on our roads, but there is a secret, because in a first for Chevrolet, this car has got a turbocharged engine. While Brightlace, rugby and sunny skies are still very much a part of the South African landscape, the Chevrolet of the 21st century has changed a lot. The Cruze is part of Chev's more compact, more Eurocentric offerings and has endeared itself to local buyers with a package linking pleasant looks to plenty of standard kit and a value-added price tag. However, performance hasn't been this Chev's strongest talent. Chev is hoping that a new engine will change all that. Powering this new version of the Chevrolet Cruze is a 1.4-litre turbocharged engine with a maximum output of 103 kilowatt linked to 200 newton meters of torque. What's interesting here is that it replaces the previous normally aspirated 1800cc engine, and it certainly feels more peppy, especially as far as mid-range response is concerned. The turbo engine may be smaller, but both power and torque are sustained across a far broader rev range, allowing plenty of urge in the mid-band. It certainly transforms the personality of the Cruze from pedestrian to mildly exciting, especially if you make good use of the excellent 6-speed manual gearbox. The rest of the Cruze package has remained largely unchanged, which is not a bad thing. The Cruze might be a Chevrolet, but its styling is very much Eurocentric, with clean, uncluttered lines and a chiseled waistline, which adds a sporty stance to the car. I particularly like the way the rear deck has been integrated into the overall design. Indeed, the shape hasn't really changed at all. It's still on the neutral side of attractive, with a design that is inoffensive rather than eye-catching. Our test car was fitted with a new optional 17-inch wheels, which not only look good, but also make for slightly sharper road manners due to their lower profile. LED indicator repeaters have been added to the exterior mirrors as part of this midlife update, but there's nothing else to tell this 1.4T LS apart from the Cruze pack. The Cruze has built up a reputation for excellent value for money, and as you can see, the interior is literally full house. It has everything from leather upholstery to aircon, full instrumentation, Bluetooth, USB audio and more. As it turns out, the leather, climate control, sunroof and rear parking assistance are added cost options, but even without them, the cabin is smart and comfortable. The boot will swallow 469 litres of luggage. As already intimated, the real value of the new engine becomes apparent on the move. It transforms the dynamic character of the Cruze from barely tolerable to effortless and even involving. The previous 1800cc version of the Chev Cruze never really counted performance amongst its top priorities. The 1800cc engine was adequate enough, but it could feel a little bit asthmatic and less than responsive, and especially when coupled with less than ideal gear ratios. This new package, comprising a 1.4-litre turbocharged engine and a nice, slick 6-speed manual gearbox, is much better. It's a much more pleasant car to drive as a result, much more responsive and even slightly sporty. At 9.3 seconds for the 0 to 100 km/h sprint, the Cruze 1.4T is almost 2 seconds quicker than the 1.8 it replaces, and the difference in tractability is even more pronounced. Top speed is 200 km/h. Handling is predictable if a little on the soft side, especially when pressing on over undulating terrain. And the steering lacks feedback and precision, but then the Cruze's priorities lie elsewhere. The Chevrolet Cruze has always been an attractive and value-added package, but performance hasn't been one of its highlights. Now, with the addition of a 1.4-litre turbocharged engine, everything changes. It's certainly no pocket rocket, but it has the mid-range punch and tractability to make it a great all-rounder. Add clean pricing and a 3-year 60,000 kilometre service plan to the package, and the latest Cruze also becomes the most complete to date. The big news here is the new Opel-sourced turbo engine, which provides a wide power band and a flat torque curve to ensure ample urge across the rev range. Add a well-specced and safe cabin and the Cruze 1.4T becomes a very attractive proposition, but road manners and steering could be better.